Hey everybody, I'm talking about my next project I'm going to be working on, and that is this guy right here, the Reaper Bones Raltharos Demon. Picked this up today. It was $13, and the retail's like MSRP is like $12.99, so it's not like it's a really good price, as most Reaper Bones miniatures are. And it's the usual flexible kind of rubbery plastic material, like everything else. But this is going to be painted up as a Bloodthirster to be summoned up by my Weird Boys. I'm not going to be able to use them very often, so I didn't want to buy an expensive model. Even the plastic demon prints is a lot of money. But this thing for $13 will work out amazingly well. Of course, I'll have to go on to a 60mm base. Also raise him up off the base a little bit so he's nice and tall. This is a really cool model, no doubt about that. I've already played with it some. I won't be able to see much here in pure white. There's his head. Got a couple arms here. This guy can actually fits in here a couple ways. I think that's the way it's supposed to go. Got this hand here. So it's actually 4 arms. It's got a tail piece on it too. Just kind of hit which the way, I don't know if it's supposed to be that way, but it kind of sits below the base. So which will all have to be glued together eventually. I'll probably magnetize the wings on, so I can actually be easier to transport. But this is a really cool model, and I think it works out really well. Paint him up red. That's what he looks like, kind of put together. I don't know how much you can be able to see. You can see he's all white, but those are huge wings. They're nice and chaosy, and some spikes out his back and stuff. So I'm going to do some work on this guy. This guy is awesome. I really like this model. It was a great find. It was I first saw it on Katata Fish's channel. He painted one up to be a corn color-esque demon, and it's going to be very similar. He's got some armor plates on him, on his arms, 2 of his arms. Some bones. Hooves. Yeah, so this would be my my second or third Reaper's Bones miniature that I've had. The only thing I don't like about these things is that it can be a little difficult to clear off the mold lines when you do have some. You have some here, like mainly right on the top of the wings. You know, probably in one of the most prominent places on the model. What would be the wing muscles here. Those are almost like another set of arms. So it's almost like a 6-armed demon. That's kind of cool. Yeah, so but I'm going to have a 60mm base, put them up, about probably 3/4 inches off the base, and that should be a perfect place for for a Bloodthirster. And for $13 for a model, I'm not going to use very often because you don't always roll summoning, you don't always get it off, and you do roll it. But yeah, for the price, that's going to be kind of hard to beat. This is a really cool looking model for $13. So I'll get back to you when I make some progress on it. Okay, so I've been working on this for the last couple hours, and I'm really liking how it came out so far. So I did have a better experience cleaning the mold lines on this than last time. Last time I dealt with a Reaper Bones miniature, and I used a much finer file than I did before. It takes a lot longer. But it doesn't grind up the material and make it hard to clean the mold lines. It just takes a lot more work. So let's talk about what I did here. First of all, it wasn't my idea, it was my cousin's idea, but I went ahead and ran with it. Since it is going to be designed to be summoned by a Weird Boy, I decided to make it like the summoning wasn't quite perfect, and I put an orc head on it. And I used some green stuff here to kind of have it coming out of the demon's body. So the head's going to be green, and it's going to transition into basically normal Bloodthirster red on the rest of the orc, on the rest of the body, I mean. And I'm going to do some green stuff on the gaps here. I was going to work on the base, but it turns out I don't have any 60mm bases left, so that's going to have to wait till I get some more. And I'm also going to wait to magnetize the wings, or try to magnetize the wings until after all the green stuff is secured up, so I don't screw it up. doing the other part of it. But the rest of it's glued together, and this is really, really a cool model, and I just love it, especially for the price. I mean, this is a giant demon, flying demon for $13. That's going to be hard to beat. So I just need to come up with a 60mm base, and then so I'm going to raise it up about 3/4 inches off the base. Also give some room for this tail, which is kind of like dangling down below the base here. So that'll leave some room for the tail below that. But yeah, I'm really, really happy how the orc head came out. So that's a weird boy's head sticking out of the demon's body, and this guy's gonna get worked on real quick because I just love this model and I want to get painting it. Gonna do a lot of airbrush work on it probably though. So that's got that. Also had quite a busy day today. So I'm starting to run out of the paint I use as the base color for my camo pattern. I used quite a bit. Last time I used it was on the mech guns, of course. So I picked this up. This is Badger Miniature Skull White, and even though I'm not a huge fan so far of the miniature, this was a pretty close match to the paint, to the color I've been using. And by the time it gets washed, you're not going to really be able to see the difference. So it kind of makes me happy that I got some more of this and the other stuff's running out. Especially since the other stuff I have is Badger paint too. It's the Badger Model Flex, which is, of course, when they came out with this, they no longer make the Model Flex. So, yeah. And I also picked up a new needle for my Badger Patriot. I had the 0.4mm tip. That's what came with it. So this is the 0.3mm tip conversion kit. So that makes me happy. Pick that up. And also, my local game store happened to have this particular issue of White Dwarf left, one left. This is the issue 21 that has the data sheet for the Looted Wagon. So not only do I now have the data sheet, but of course it will be added to the Book of the Beast list. So, very nice day. I'm very happy with everything I picked up. I love this. I just love this model. Just pure and simple. This thing is a great, great model. And even you can consider the price, it's even better. So yeah, so this thing's going to get painted up very much sooner than later. Oh, also, base coated my drive shield generator, my void shield generator, I mean, with the black metallic. Yeah, so yeah. So lots of things going on. This is probably my next project. I gotta wait for a base though to really get started on it. And of course, I'm going to probably do something with the void shield generator sooner than later too. So that's it, and I'll talk to you guys later.